Well, just a little bit of technical difficulty going in there. I kind of got a case of the fat finger there for a second.
Uh-oh.
I don't know how that happens.
I don't know either.
I really don't. But I think... See, the garden gnome was down here yesterday. That said garden gnome, Jay.
The garden gnome, huh?
It's what he looks like. He's just like a little short shit. He's just like if we put like a red suit on him and like a pointy hat and put him in your flower garden, he looked like a garden gnome.
I have a skull garden gnome.
Sweet.
Yeah, he's badass.
Well, if you had Jay there, you would have a Mexican garden gnome.
To keep an eye on your jalapenos.
Right. And if birds would poop in his beard, it would be great.
Dog walk up and take a piss on him.
Man, you know what it is? It's been a while. Tuesday night, man. Twisted Tuesday. I'm talking about myself. DeeBag in the house, man. We're going to get it done tonight, man. Classic rock in between the talk and the senseless banter and the bad decisions and everything that come along with it, man. We got a lot of stuff we want to touch on tonight. You know what it is, man. It's 106.6 The Blast. It's made possible by Revolution Auto Sales. Platinum PDR on board with us now. It just goes off, man. The list goes on and on and on of things that's going on around here. So I want to fill everybody in tonight on a couple things. First and foremost, I would like to send this show out to a very special birthday today.
Yes.
That birthday, and I say it's very special, and it's very special to me. Not that every birthday that we get is special, but this one is super special. If you haven't caught it on Facebook or anything like that, man, it is Little Will's birthday today. Little Will turns 12 today.
Happy birthday, Little Will.
Man, happy birthday to you, son. Little Will has been with me since conception of the idea of this. Now, keep in mind, when we started this thing, he was like 9 turning 10. And he's been with me from jump, you know, and he's learned and he contributes and he supports me in everything that I do now. You know, from the station to things that I do in my personal life, my hobbies, my recent marriage to the Queen.
Yes.
You know, just one hell of a man. All day long, I've just been reflecting on the years that have passed and the things that, you know, he's accomplished as a young man and where he's at now. And he's super intelligent. He's a super good kid, man. He does a lot for his community. You know, on his show, he does the food drive. He volunteers at the Humane Society in his community. You know, this year is his last year of middle school, you know, going on to junior high next year. Been playing football since kindergarten. Finally, this year, brought home the championship. Just a lot of great things that this young man has accomplished. And I sit back and it makes me just super proud to be his dad.
I'm sure I can see between you two.
You know, it's just one of those things where, you know, I put it out, you know, 12 years ago at 5:51 p.m., I watched a miracle happen. I watched my son take his first breath. I immediately, as soon as they clean him up, I snag him. You know what I mean? I just snag him. I'm the first one to hold him. It just, you know, it is what it is. I'll never forget that moment. I'll never in my lifetime forget that moment. I'll never forget what I said. I'll never forget the feel of him in my arms. I'll never forget just seeing him. That's one of those things that I can only pray that flash through my mind when I'm taking my last breath, because that is something of absolute amazing. I had no idea what to do. I had no idea what to expect out of this whole dad thing. I really didn't. And I walked into that birth room a boy and I came out a man. From that day, it's been nothing but all about my family. And something changed in me, you know, that day as far as the direction that I wanted to head in life. And it took me a while to get there. You know, it did. It took me a long time to get to where I can sit back and my son look at me and tell me that he's proud of me and want to be a part of the things that I do and things like that. So nonetheless, man, very special day for me. It's just weird. The older he gets, it's like I created my best friend.
Aww.
I mean, yeah, I'm his dad, and I teach him things, and I'm a father. So if you're out there listening, well, that's bullshit. You got to be their parent, not their friend. If you think that parenting alone is going to get you anywhere, it's not. You have to be able to be somewhat of a role model as a friend too. If anything, just to offer that, just to build that trust, because a recent study showed that the youth of today are the loneliest people. They don't socialize like we used to. There's no big keg parties going on anymore. There's none of that shit going on. There's no camaraderie after school. Hell, there's no more fist fights 2 blocks away from school where everybody gathers and bets their money anymore. I mean, it's just gone are the good old days. And anybody listening to the show can relate to the older times in life where things were a lot simpler, right? You have all the bullying. You have all the pressures of society. You have, school right now is just quite frankly a motherfucker. I would hate to go to school in today's age. I really would, because they want so much out of you that I feel like they're missing the boat on actually educating. I think they're training robots for future factories is just basically what they're doing. And that's not to discredit any educator out there or anything. I understand you guys have a curriculum you have to follow, but I'm sure we can agree that you look at what you're teaching the kids today compared to what you were teaching, and if you can't see a difference, there's a problem. There's a problem in your level of thinking. You're corporate. You bought into the state curriculum, which I don't believe teaches the social skills that are needed to survive out in the actual real world.
Right.
There's one thing that's never going to go away. You'll never take away human interaction. It will not happen. The only way that happens is if we as a race completely disappear from the face of the earth. Right? Human interaction is something that they don't get. Thus, they're the loneliest people because of this. Now, does this not make your heart hurt for your kids to think that?
Yeah.
I mean, it just does. It makes me sad for everybody's kids, man, that this is what these kids are really subjected to when they leave our houses every day.
Well, the socializing is over social media now.
Well, yeah, but it's still, it's not. You don't gain the social requirements that you need through school any longer because they've done a good job of sitting your ass down in front of a computer screen and this is what you do. Mm-hmm. And then there's so many other things that go along with it. But nonetheless, not to discredit, this show goes out to you, little Will. Thank you for everything that you've done for me, man. And I'm going to say this publicly. It's going to go on YouTube in the form of a blast cast, and it's going to be out there forever, and I will never, ever not say anything different. You, sir, are my hero. You've done more for me than I ever imagined in this life. You've taught me more about living, laughing, and loving than I ever knew possible, and for that, I thank you, and I will never be able to repay you for that. The only thing that I can do is just be an older version of you and teach you what not to do. Hopefully, and
you're a good dad.
Nah.
You are. You're
Opinions
a good dad.
vary.
No, you're a good dad. And
I'm not good at a lot of shit, but I'm really good at this dad thing. All of my kids. I love all of my kids as my own. We're a blended family, and to me there's no step in the family. Your family. In today's world, man, water's thicker than blood, and it's not anything different, I mean, it's just teaching and leading by example and trying to do your best,
Right.
That being said, man, a lot of things going on, man. Speaking of bullying, Bands for Bullying, big festival coming up, Neosho, Missouri, June 9th. This is significant on a lot of levels. A, this is the second year they're doing it. B, it's an actual music festival. It's a heavy metal, heavy metal music bands playing. One Nation Under actually is, headlining, but there's a lot of big name bands on the bill. Waking the Sleeper, Switchback, Severmind. The list of bands goes on and on and on. What I want you to do is I want you to go to their Facebook page, Bands Against Bullying 2. like the page, and support us, because 106.6 The Blast, we've done so well with this that they've invited me, yours truly, Big Will, to actually MC the event. So I'm stoked on multiple levels. A, I get to go to a great show for a great cause. B, I get to get up and hit the big stage again. I get to stand on the big stage and talk to the crowd in between bands. And so, the fact that they would notice what we're doing and they would appreciate us and let us be a part of this is just absolutely amazing. So thank you to all of you out there that support us and that are have signed that email guest book for the stand-up movement and have brought the attention to these people that, hey, this is a real deal. These guys really truly care, because we do. We give a shit about it. And we're passionate about it around here. So really awesome deal. And if you're in the area, man, I expect to see a bunch of my friends and family out there supporting us in the cause, man. I just do, because you're going to get a day full of, it's a day thing. It starts at noon, ends at 10. There's camping out there. All the details are on the Facebook page. Go there. Like the event, man. Even if you're not going, like it. Show support. There's power in numbers, right? And the idea is to make it bigger than last year. Last year was big.
Was it?
Yeah. All of the proceeds, 100% of the proceeds go to that county. I can't remember the name of the county, but the county that Neosho, Missouri's in, is to their suicide awareness and prevention program that they have there. That as a county they've built, but they need funding. They got to have funding to get out there and do these things and hold these rallies so man, if you can't go, I encourage you to find some way to send me $10 on your behalf to donate. Even if you can't physically put your ass there, get behind us and support us. Let's help raise money for these people.
Yeah.
Right? That's what it's all about. I'm driving 4 hours to go hit the big stage, paying for a hotel out of my own pocket, renting a car out. I'm not getting paid for this deal. This isn't a paid deal. My payback is the fact that I get to be a part of something larger than fucking life. And I love it, because what we're doing is we're solidifying ourselves in the community as we're not taking this shit no more, and we're going to stand up. If we can get all the kids to band together and rally against bullying in all forms, like they did against taking guns away and gun control, imagine the power. Imagine what would happen. 160,000 kids skip school a day nationwide. Think about that, parents. That could be your kid and you don't know it because of bullying. If all 160,000 of those kids stood up and they stood on the stairs of Washington and they said, enough's a fucking enough.
Damn right.
There might be a change.
Yes.
Right?
Yep.
I personally think that if one kid stood up and said, hey, I'm being bullied, enough's enough, then we as a society should band together and circle that wagon and make sure that the schools are safe and in a productive environment. But there again, we focus on, shit, I forgot my pop. We focus on school. Bullying goes into adulthood, into the workplace. Sometimes it manifests in the form of sexual harassment, which is the big thing.
Yep.
That's basically bullying at the corporate level, things like that. At what point do we care about the women in our society? At what point do we care about people that we work with? At what point do we care enough about that person to not purposely alienate them for the sake of a laugh? Yeah, Big Will, you give DeeBag shit all the time. Yeah, I do. But I don't feel like it's bullying. You know what I mean? I mean, sometimes I'm a little hard on you, but fuck, you need it.
I don't go home crying and not wanting to come here because you give me shit. I got some balls. I'm okay. I can handle it.
But I'm saying, it's little things like that. And some people, and I agree wholeheartedly with Jay. Jay's a big proponent of just lighten up and take a fucking joke.
Yes.
But he's not on the side of saying that bullying and sexual harassment's right. What he's saying is like all these Me Too movements and stuff like that out there, quit being so sensitive about shit and just let it go. Right? There's bigger things that we need to focus on. You know what I mean? And I think bullying is one of those things that just has to eventually come to an end. I mean, I don't know the answers. I wish I had the answer. I really do. But I think that a lot of it starts with us as parents, you know, and what we teach our kids is acceptable. And what we're going to tolerate out of them and not tolerate out of them.
I'm sorry, but if I found out one of my kids was bullying somebody, I would beat their ass.
But then what is that? Okay, so let's break that down for a minute. Let's break that thought process down for a minute, because I'm sure a lot of people are right on that same wave. But what does that teach them? That teaches them to solve their problems with their hands. It teaches them to solve their problems out of anger instead of peaceful resolution.
Okay, I understand what you're saying, but my kids know better.
Do they really?
Yes.
Then why would they do it?
Well, my kids would never do that.
But what if they did?
They would.
Well, they know better. They should have never did that.
I'm just saying.
They don't.
If they did,
they're victims of society.
They would be in some serious shit with me.
Right. But
maybe I shouldn't have said beat their ass. I'm saying they would be in some serious shit with me.
I'm a big pusher on, if you want to stop this school shooting, bullying bullshit, beat your kids.
Yeah.
Beat the shit. Make them little shits put down their Nintendo gadgets and get their ass outside and pick their own Switch one fucking time.
Oh, man.
And I promise you, they'll never want to do it again.
I've never used a Switch on my kids, but I've been there.
I've said it before. I thought I was real smart one time. I had to pick my own Switch, and I go grab a branch off a willow tree.
Oh, a little tiny skinny one. Ooh,
and I'm thinking, oh, yeah, this ain't going to be nothing. Boy, I tell you what, I won't never in my lifetime forget that feeling. And I promise you this, all the times that I got into fights at school, whether I won or lost or whatever the case was, all the problems that I had in school, because I was picked on in school, I got picked on all the way up until high school when my band started doing good. And then all of a sudden, oh my God, hey, Will, what's up? What's up? You know, I mean, we were just the poor kids from the bad side of North Side Topeka. We had our own group of friends inside our little neighborhood, and that was that. No one wanted anything to do with us. It was picked on us. Well, I was the fat, poor kid with long hair. But then I get to high school, and my band's doing good, and I got my own wheels, and I got this, and man, we're going to all the cool parties because I play in a band and this, that, and that. Now everybody wants to be your friend. So I get it. I understand. I can relate to what these kids go through. But back then, even then, I 9 out of 10 times had my shotgun in my truck. I never once thought about going inside and shooting somebody or shooting somebody in the parking lot or anything like that because, and I'm going to tell you this, as a statement of the power of whipping your kid's ass one good time. Not because I was scared to go to jail or scared of the consequences or getting kicked out of school or even scared of shooting somebody for that matter. I was scared shitless to go home and tell my mom what I did.
Mom would be whooping that ass.
Dude, my mom would put a ass whooping on me that I would still, that I graduated high school 25 years ago, I'd still be getting my ass whipped.
I believe it.
So there's these kids these days, they're entitled. They feel like they're entitled. You know, back when I was in school and you were in school, this is when this whole child protective services things really started coming out. Did you ever pull the I'll call child services with your parents?
My kids pull that shit with me when they're trying to be funny. I'm going to call CPS on you.
I did that shit.
Go ahead.
Listen, I did that one time because they talked about it at school. And I did that shit one time. I told my mom I was going to do it. You know what she did? She handed me the phone and said, call them.
Yeah, that's what I did.
She goes,
too.
A, you're going to get your ass whipped until they get here. And B, if they want to deal with you, they can take you.
Yeah. My kids mainly say it out of a joke. But I don't like it when they say it. It pisses me off.
Oh, no, I was being serious. I'm like, fuck it. I'm going to see how this shit works. Yeah, nope. I'll never forget it. We had this white piece of shit cordless phone that the antenna was broke on.
Yeah.
And she handed that son of a bitch right to me. Here, call him.
Here, let me dial the number for you.
Yeah, call him.
beep, boop.
I dare you.
At least one in the rotary
Well, if you're
phone.
going to call them, I'm going to give you a reason to call them.
Yep.
So
Beat your ass the whole time.
yeah. So the answer was to shut my mouth and do what I was supposed to do. Which, doing what I was supposed to do really wasn't the problem. I did things on my own time. And so I still do sometimes to an extent. I do things on my own time. But shutting my mouth was
not one of them.
the hard part.
I'm sure.
Still is.
Did you run your mouth a lot back in the day?
I talk shit in my sleep. I'm sure of it. I just have to be that guy that just talks shit in my sleep. There's no doubt in my mind that it happens that way. And then on top of it all, you get these kids that just, they appear like they don't care. And I'm guilty of it. And I say, they just don't care. And it's kind of one of the things I want to talk about, like the youth in the workforce. You look at them and they're lazy.
Yes.
Man, they're lazy. They don't do a damn thing. They don't because they think the world owes them something. But let's break this down just a little bit here. And I'm not defending the lazy ass youth of America by any means. I'm just not. But everything they do is taught. It's a learned behavior. Right?
Yep.
So either they're not getting taught and they just don't know, or they're being taught in a manner that they can't comprehend. And us as adults and us as managers of these businesses that employ teenagers need to recognize that and to work with them. We're their last line of defense as far as going out into the real world. And you never know when something that you say to somebody is going to make a huge impact in their life.
Yep.
You just never know. So that being said, maybe it's time that we start looking at it a little bit differently. Maybe we look at it as, instead of it's their fault, let's put the blame on us just for a day. Let's wear the blame of how the youth performs at work, at school, and in society on our shoulders as adults for one day. And see how much your perception changes. Because we don't understand what it's like to be them. We just don't.
No.
We can say all day long, you can tell your kids, I can tell my kids, that's crazy. Back in my day, this is how we did it, or this is how we did it, but they're not us. This isn't that time. The beauty of having children is this. They're their own people, and they need to be treated as such. Mm-hmm. They're not us. They're not going to do things the way that we do them. But we can teach them the basic necessities that they need to survive in life. A little bit of work ethic, an open mind, a closed mouth, and a smile. Easy, right?
You think so?
Not so much. Not so much. At some point, we have to take responsibility for the youth. We have to. We have to nurture them. It's no different than us taking the responsibility of the elderly on our shoulders and helping them. Why do we help the elderly? Because we respect them? Because they've been there, done that? There again, we're not them. We don't live like they did. We don't do the things that they did. But instinctively, we'll help an old lady with her groceries, or we'll help an older gentleman with a walker up a sidewalk or whatever. But if we see a kid that's struggling with anything, we just turn our back to it and we write it off as, they're just spoiled little bastards. All they do is text on their phone.
Well, I don't think everybody's like that. I know I'm not.
I think as a whole, and I would challenge this with you, I would tell you that and this is just my presumption, that if you were to take on two hands and count one by one how many old people you've helped that you can remember and how many young people you've helped that you can remember, I promise you the old people's hands are going to fill up faster.
You're right.
Right? So my point being is this. We as the middle age, we bear that responsibility because that's what was taught to us. You respect your elders, you help them, you this, that, and the other thing. No one taught us to take care of the younger generation. Well, let's think about this for a minute. Let's think in terms of longevity. The elderly is our wisdom. The youth is our future. And we're the teachers.
Yep.
Right? Eventually, we're going to get to the elderly stage where we're the wisdom. That's just progression.
Right.
But we came from student to teacher because of the things that we learned from the people before us. There's a big line that's drawn between our generation and the youth of today. A big line. And that all I'm saying is that on the other side of the fence, we'll call it the high school, between us and high school, there's a 20-mile concrete barrier between us, right? Between us and a nursing home, there's a chain link fence.
Uh-oh.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's real perspective. So at some point, we as adults, whether you're parents or not, we have to take this responsibility. And we have to band together and we have to start reaching the youth somehow, some way. How do you do it? I don't know. I don't have the answers. But I'm saying there's power in numbers. If everybody got on board with this, we would change almost instantaneously. We would breathe life. If you look at it at the elderly, they walk around, they're weak. They need help eating, they need help bathing, they this, that, and everything. They need that help, right? They're kind of at some point you get to a point in life where you're just kind of passing time. And you're kind of zombie-like, right? And that's sad. That's sad to look at.
It is.
Look the other way. We got an entire goddamn nation of people under the age of 18 that walk around like zombies. That's not sad? That's our future. That's the future of this country. Those are the people that are going to be taking care of us when we're elderly. And if we can't teach them now,
scary.
If we can't teach them now, we sure as fuck, we're going to be non-existent. Basically, what I'm saying, folks, is that at the age group that we're in right now, we're putting the final nail in our coffin. We get no love later if we don't do something now.
You're right.
I disagree. I want somebody to disagree with me because
no,
I'm not all wisdom. I'm not the smartest sumbitch on the face of the earth. I call it how I see it. And I present it in a way that hopefully it opens your eyes to at least say, damn, he's not as dumb as what he sounds. You know what I mean? But you think about it, though. You look at the youth, and you're looking 20 miles across concrete. And it almost feels unreachable. So it's easier to write them off. Piss on it. Little sons of bitches need to get their shit together. Yeah, I get that. But we're relying on one teacher for 32 kids in a city of police department and the juvenile justice system to teach our children how to live. Really? That's what we want? That's what we want for our future leaders and our future business owners that are going to give us jobs when we're retired?
No shit.
No, man. I would rather keep this tradition alive to where the middle-aged people help both sides. We bridge the gap between the young and the old. Right? Now they can look and they can see in stages what's going to happen and where you're going to be. You're not so scared anymore. These kids got to be scared shitless. If you think that they haven't figured out that there's no supervision, adults have pretty much wrote them off. Can you justify their actions a little bit better now?
Yeah.
I mean, there's really no justification for going in and shooting up a high school, or there's no justification for that shit. There really isn't. But all I'm saying is there's a reason for it.
Absolutely.
Not justified by any means, but there's a reason why this shit continues to happen. And at some point, start with your own household. Take responsibility for your own household. Start there. Teach your kids the value of helping others. And teach them the chronological chain of events that's going to happen as you progress in age and through life. You know?
My kids are already talking about throwing me in a nursing home.
Well, that's because you're batshit crazy.
They told me, Mom, when you forget how to make meatloaf and mashed potatoes, you're getting thrown in the nursing home.
See? But there again, fine and dandy.
It's funny, though.
Fine and dandy. We have, between us, we have probably, between everybody involved in this station, we probably have 10 kids. Fair to say?
Yeah.
We have 10. 10 kids that I promise you will represent the middle age like we do. Hopefully better. Right? Because times are going to change. They're going to have to do things differently. Like I said before, to my original point. We're not them and they're not us. But we have to coexist. We have to dig into why. And I tell you why. It's because we have let go. And we've let them, they'll figure it out. Let them fend for themselves. No. That's not how it works. They're not capable mentally to make those life decisions. They need adult supervision. Hell, I still need adult supervision.
No shit.
All I'm saying, man, when do we care?
What? Deer hunter.
Oh, God, what'd he say?
If hydrogen is a fuel and oxygen is an accelerant, why isn't water flammable?
I mean, he's got a good point.
I know. Right?
Well, because there's no ignition. There's no combustion.
Haha, ding, 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 ding.
There's no combustion. Water as a liquid or as a solid is non-combustible.
Mr. Smarty Pants across the way here.
Because, deer hunter, the hydrogen and the oxygen that are contained in that liquid or that solid are in a non-combustible ratio. If you had more of one or the other, you would probably essentially have a combustible liquid that would spontaneously combust upon pressure.
Kind of like gas, right?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. But we're talking about water.
I know.
Water as a liquid or as a
like
solid is non-combustible. And I believe that to be the reason why. I could be wrong, and I'm probably going to be proven wrong. But so what?
Yeah, that's good. And Pop's, it's birthday shout out to Little Will.
Yeah, I got that one.
Okay.
What else? What do you got? What's going on with you, man? DeeBag's rant.
Oh, man. DeeBag's rant?
DeeBag's rant. Let's go. It's time. Ding, 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 ding. We're going to drop the leash. We're gonna drop the leash. We're going to lower the cage, and we're going to let DeeBag rant for a little while.
I had a funeral yesterday. To everybody out there, if you see a funeral procession, you pull your ass over and you wait until the last car is past the end. There's nothing more disrespectful, in my opinion, than doing some shit like that.
But there again, people just they're not taught to care.
Pissed me off.
Yeah, but they're not taught to care. You gotta
use your damn turn signals in a roundabout, please.
Why?
Yeah, you're supposed to. The cops will pull you over for that shit.
That's dumb.
No, you're supposed to use your turn signals in a roundabout.
I don't.
I do.
It's hard.
You're letting
what
the next
if you're
person
turning
know.
you're turning your wheel right and you got to turn left? That's dumb. Then you got to sit there and hold the damn thing because your car doesn't mechanically work like that.
Do you use it when you're going around the roundabout or when you're exiting the roundabout?
When I'm going this way, or if I come around that way, to let the person know that's in the yield that I'm turning this way. You're supposed to let them know.
I do it if I'm exiting the roundabout.
That's it.
I don't do it at all.
You're yielding to my ass.
Well, I agree with that. I do agree with that, but I feel like it flows better if people know where you're going.
I don't.
Maybe that's my mind.
Turn signal on to exit
True.
If I'm getting off on one of the points, is what I'm talking about, is where I turn. So that's probably what you and I both are.
But if you're turning this way and if you're turning left, go through the roundabout, and you have to make a right turn to exit, you can't turn your turn signal on without holding it.
No, I get what you're saying.
So now you've got one hand tied up trying to turn a turn signal, the other hand looking to make sure that the turn signal's even on in your eyes, and then you're still trying to navigate the turn. Unsafe.
I'm saying the assholes that are getting off of the roundabout, they get, going to their points, they need to turn on their fucking turn signal. That's my point.
I think the people yielding just need to pay
You watch
better
it
attention.
because a cop sees you doing it, they'll pull you over for it.
Guess what?
I've been pulled over for it.
Guess what? I'll tell him
They got
I'm
roundabouts
sorry.
down there? Do they got roundabouts down there?
Oh, yeah. Texas driving's its own style of driving.
And get out of the damn fast lane. If you're going hella slow, move the fuck over.
What else you got? It's been a while since I've talked to you. It's been like over a week, so I want to know. I want to catch up. I want to get filled in.
I don't know. I'm tired of lazy-ass people I work with.
Okay,
but that's
enough.
always every week. That's every week, and I don't want to talk about work.
Yeah, but that's fair enough. But, I mean...
I missed you guys. Hey, we're in a tornado watch.
We are.
Woo! Yeah, we're in the morgue.
The only reason I said, we're still on for tonight is because we're actually technically in the safest place we can be right now.
I know, right?
The old goddamn tornado tsunami going to get with us.
Hey, man, we might get blown away tomorrow, though.
Babe,
it's supposed to be really crappy.
Babe,
tomorrow.
just make sure to park the Ferrari underneath the awning at your work.
Hey, it's just the front clip. It's just going to take the front clip.
In case the hail comes through. Yeah, it's not supposed to start till tomorrow. But also keep in mind that we reside in Kansas.
Deer Hunter, I use my turn signals on roundabouts. Good for you, Deer Hunter. Good for you.
Deer Hunter's gay.
Ooh.
We do, actually.
Good request.
And keep that... keep that in mind. If you get damaged by any of the hail or the excessive wind that's coming through, give Platinum PDR a call, man, and tell them that the 106.6 The Blast sent them, man. You can call them, contact them, write this down. Everybody get a pen. Ready? 316-217-3088. Now, listen, I'm talking to neighborhoods. I'm really talking to car dealers. Because anybody out there that works at a car dealership that's listening understands you have millions and millions and millions of dollars of inventory on that lot.
Yeah.
Don't wait. Be proactive instead of reactive. Put this number down. Put it in your phone. And when you get to work and all of your inventory is trashed, give Scotty Boom Body a call and tell him that 106.6 The Blast sent you. And if your car is totaled, you can go to Revolution Auto Sales and buy a new one.
No signals in a roundabout. Sorry, DeeBag. Mean you have to turn. They'll pull you over for it. I'm telling you. I've been pulled over for it.
I think that this is kind of like the seatbelt thing. If you're going to get pulled over for something like that, they were going to pull you over anyway. They were just looking for a reason. Probably because you have tinted windows and heavy metal stickers on your car. They probably instantly thought that you were drunk or high.
Bring it on.
Yeah. They didn't know that it was some fragile old lady driving. On her way to the tapioca pudding bingo meet.
You tell him, Deer Hunter. Don't let him give you no shit. He says, F you, Big Will. I have a kick-ass magic show. I'm not gay.
Oh, God.
He's got his trailer out.
We always got a heckler in the crowd.
A heckler with
We got a heckler. I could see Deer Hunter using his turn signal in... But if you've seen the vehicle that Deer Hunter drives, I don't imagine that he spends much time in roundabouts anyway because he's got an extra long vehicle that I think probably is rough in a roundabout type situation. I mean, he goes over the curb like semi-trucks.
Okay.
Probably turns his damn hazards on and floors it. It's probably really what he does. Eat my diesel dust, you sons of bitches. I'll drive a big old Ford truck.
I seen a lady taking a piss at the roundabout one morning.
That's awesome.
I was like, what the fuck did I just witness?
Now, I will say this. I did see a particular person in a vehicle coming through a roundabout, and I just out of instinct, if I see a car coming, I slow down and yield. Had I known it was that person in that car, I would have just floored it and T-boned the shit out of them.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I'm that guy. I'm that guy. Listen, if you think for 1 minute that if you talk shit to me on the road that I won't stop at the next stoplight we come to, get out of my vehicle and attempt to drag you out of your car in the middle of the street,
I believe it.
You're dead ass wrong. It's just not going to happen. You're not going to out shit talk me.
I mean, I wish I'd have been at Walmart the day you threw the cart.
No, that was funny.
I wish I'd have been there.
That
awesome.
was funny.
I would have laughed my ass off.
Funny. Yeah, the dude's wife laughed, and that's what really pissed
That's
me
what
off.
I think was the most funniest thing about it.
Like, I know that because, like, if I did something dumb and something like that happened to me and I had to have my tail tucked in between my legs anyway, and then my wife started laughing at me and calling me dumb.
Your pride.
Oh, my God. Pride's a son of a bitch. I would have
Yeah.
went outside and jumped in front of a bus. That's what I would have did. No, I wouldn't have done that. I didn't want to hurt the bus.
What's up with you?
You know, just working and, radio showing and just a lot of work, really.
I've been doing a lot of work, too. I had to volunteer at my kids' school for the auction, and
I tell you
tired.
what we're working on. We're working on a fun project for YouTube content. I know a guy that he's in his early 20s, and he was a swimmer in high school. Now, I give him shit about this all day long. But we're going to do this for YouTube. We're going to go out to the lake, and he's going to swim from the dock to the buoy, and we're going to time it. Right?
Is it Cody?
No.
Oh.
And then he's going to, backstroke his ass back. He's going to rest for a little bit. And we're going to have a bunch of plus-size strippers shave him. And then he's going to swim it again to see if shaving your body hair really makes a difference in your swim time. We're going to try to dispel the myth. We're going to do it on video. It's going to be live. It's going to be hosted by Gay Greg. It's going to be great. This is going to be great. This is why you need to subscribe to the YouTube channel, folks. This kind of shit's what's going to happen. Not just Blastcast. We're going to do all kinds of stupid shit on YouTube.
I don't think body hair makes a fucking difference.
Well, we're going to find out, DeeBag, because
think it's
this is
load of
something
shit.
that inquiring minds want to know. Do you really think that shaving your legs and your chest makes that big of a damn difference when you're swimming? I don't.
I don't either.
I don't. I think it's just something that they were told a long time ago when swimming first started. Somebody that won a meet had shaved their legs, and now all of a sudden, oh, this is what you got to do.
They just want an excuse to shave their chest and legs.
You want to swim faster? Figure out a way to put a jet motor in your ass, and then when you hit the water, just push a button on your nipple and go. Yeah.
That's what I was going to say, too.
Fins. You want to swim faster? Get skin sewed in between your toes so you have web feet.
Hey, I know a guy that has web feet.
Oh, I bet he swims fast.
I don't know. He's creepy.
He'd swim even faster if he shaved his body hair. All I'm saying is we're going to do this, folks. It's going to happen. It's that time of the year. We're going to start getting some really cool shit on the YouTube channel, man. So get there and subscribe. The baloney toss, we're working on that. We're gonna do the baloney toss on the damn YouTube.
Baloney toss, huh?
Yes.
Huh.
Yes, the baloney toss. It's going to happen. It's going to be awesome. Think about this. YouTube, subscribe. This is great, great TV, man. I'm telling you, it's gonna be great. I see like 78 million views in our future with the whole Swim Mythbusters edition, Blast Edition Mythbusters of the swim thing.
With fat chicks strippers shaving them.
Wait a
in
minute.
between.
That's not politically correct. They're plus size,
Oh, I'm sorry.
They're transpherical strippers.
Transpherical.
full figured strippers to shave our swimmer. And all this is going to happen on YouTube. It's going to be great.
I gotta see this.
Get a visual because this is
I
going to
have a
be
visual.
funny.
You need to get titty truck.
Yes.
Titty
See,
truck.
I need to get the titty truck to join us for this.
She'd be perfect.
The titty truck would be perfect.
Titty truck.
Yep.
A person, I'm assuming.
Yeah. An entertainer I know that I dubbed the titty truck because she brought her titties in a truck. They were so big.
Oh. Yeah.
All up in your face.
Oh my God. Yeah, goddamn snorkel when you was Barumsky and them.
I bet. Tits in your face.
Full on scuba gear. Oh, I'll tell you what, you got your dollar's worth with them big sons of bitches wrapped
I
around
bet
here.
so.
You gave a whole new meaning to booby boxing.
Swallow your entire head.
Oh my Lord. It was great.
You see his little tiny tuft of hair?
Oh, it was great. You wouldn't even see that.
That's great.
Just a lot of good stuff happening.
Wow, we've been talking for a while.
Yeah, it's almost time for the Battle of the Bands. How about we take a break, we regroup, we come back, we get into the Battle of the Bands, we touch on a couple more things, we make it happen, man. Revolution Auto Sales, Platinum PDR, they say let's rock, let's rock. Well, guess what? We're back. The Battle of the Bands has concluded. Tonight we put up AC/DC with Back in Black against Van Halen Hop for Teacher. Who wins? You guys know the rules. You vote, you share. You pretty much you puff, pass.
Haha.
You don't bogart it, right?
No.
Let the whole damn world know. And if you're catching this as a blastcast on YouTube, you can get involved. All you got to do is go to 106.6 The Blast on Facebook, like the page, get involved in the poll, man. It's an online poll every Tuesday, lasts until 6:45 Thursday night. We'll announce the winner on a Thursday night blastcast, the Metal Meltdown. Good luck, DeeBag.
Oh, man, I think the clock is slow.
Good luck, DeeBag.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. So off air just a little bit ago, we were talking. I had my foot out, I was stretching, and DeeBag kicked my foot. And I said, "Are you playing footsie with me?" She said something smart ass about big feet. And I said, "You know what they say about guys with big feet, right?" And she started laughing. And she says, "What about girls with big feet?" Naturally, my smart ass says, "Big hoo-haws?" I don't know. I mean, hell, what do they say about girls with big feet?
I don't know, but I got size 11, so they're fucking huge.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's why you didn't think the big hoo-ha joke was funny.
I laughed. Screw you, man. Hey, and you know what? You know the whole Justin Bieber thing?
Yep.
My kids said that they would come and testify on my behalf.
But they weren't there.
They would come and testify on my behalf.
But they weren't there. They're not credible. They weren't
my
eyewitness.
God.
There was no eyewitness account. There was nothing to
Why?
say.
Because
that
I
it
was
didn't.
alone in the house for a small amount of time with Justin Bieber dressed in clothes and already was flat.
And it doesn't matter whether it was flat or not.
I'm just saying. I did not have sexual relations with this blow-up doll.
That's your story and you
Justin
stick
Bieber.
to. So I got to tell you something.
What?
I got this new shit.
I know. I smell it. You've been blowing it in my face all
It's
night long.
fabulous, isn't it? It's called Crooked Cookies. And I would like to think Puffs Vape Shop
It smells really good.
for this. This is the most badass, ridiculously good vape juice that I've had in my short career of vaping.
Okay, what about Cocoa Puffs? Did you get burnt out on Cocoa Puffs?
Yes.
Are you-
No, it's still good, but this is just this shit tastes like grandma's sugar cookies right out of the oven. I mean, it's beautiful. It's a thing of beauty, and it's a beautiful creation. Hopefully soon, all you beautiful bastards will be able to go online and buy it for yourself. Until then, I'm going to puff the shit out of it down here.
And blow it in my face.
Yeah. Better than blowing it out your ass.
Yeah, you know all about that, don't you?
DeeBag, you're the one that cuts air down here.
You fucking liar.
You come equipped
You
with
know
all
what?
the options
You know what?
and rear air.
You know, you know what?
DeeBag's got
Next
rear air.
time I got to cut ass, I'm going to cut ass. I'm going to cut ass.
And that's different from any other time?
I don't ever cut ass down here. That's your old lady.
Yeah, the queen. The
man,
queen
she
does.
rips them.
She is not scared
She
to,
doesn't give a
to
shit.
bang them out.
She's like, "Brrr." I'm like, damn. I thought mine squealed. Damn it.
It smells like someone jackknifed a manure truck down the Santa Ana. Oh my God. How does something so bad come out of something that looks so good? That's the question. What actually makes farts stink?
Methane gas.
Oh, bullshit.
It's
If
the
that was the
food.
case,
It's
then
the food you
everybody's ass would smell the same.
It's the food you eat.
I sometimes believe that. Like after
Broccoli.
you eat Taco Tico, it smells like Taco Tico.
Broccoli and eggs and chicken. If I eat any kind of chicken, that's probably like the worst thing for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Chicken.
When are you going to get your buddy from work down here with us?
What do you mean? Elvis?
Yeah, him too. But your other buddy from work.
What are you talking about?
Your friend at work. Your manager buddy.
My manager buddy.
Yeah.
My boss?
No.
Who?
Well, yeah, she's your boss. She's a manager.
Oh, lesbian chick.
Yeah.
She can't handle DeeBag. She is literally, she talks all this shit to me. Oh, you're so sexy, blah, blah, blah. Uh-huh. And then I get all up in her face and get all close and she gets all scared. She's a pussy.
DeeBag, you are
You know
kind of
what?
intimidating.
You know what? I'm going to talk to her for next Tuesday. We'll bring her down.
Okay.
I'm telling you, she's a chicken
Tell her
shit.
not to say the F-bomb a lot.
Yeah, she's bad about that. I've been a little bad about that tonight, too. And
That's okay. It's the
because
internet radio.
Well, I know, but I kind of had to take a hiatus for a week for my son, and I've dropped the F-bomb a little too much tonight. But she's really bad about it. Yeah,
Yes.
I'll talk to her about it. She can come down.
Not that it's really a kid-friendly show, but in case you are listening with your kids, we want to try to keep it as
Dude, you're
kid-friendly
murdering
as
me with
possible.
your cookies.
Hey, you know what? There's no secondary effects from secondhand vape smoke. Just enjoy it.
I'm dying.
Just enjoy it. It does make a good cloud. Man, they mixed up a good batch.
It does.
What else is going on? Let me tell you about this. This is a serious issue, folks, and I want you to understand this. We as people shop compulsively. If we see something in like a magazine or a picture or something, we feel like we have to have it, right? A lot of times you get whatever it is and you're sadly disappointed in it because it's not like the picture. What about restaurants? What about when you go to a restaurant and you have a menu and it's got pictures of shit?
Oh, yeah.
And you're like, oh, that looks good. So you order it and you get it and it looks nothing like the picture. Nothing.
That's the way it always is.
Absolutely nothing. Is that not false advertisement, though?
Yes, it is.
I mean, is it not?
No cheeseburger, like you see like Wendy's or McDonald's or Sonic. They got the pictures of the hamburger. It never fucking looks like that. Ever.
No.
Ever.
It doesn't. Let me tell you what a fast food cheeseburger is now. It's 2 pieces of bread with what used to be hamburger before they processed the shit out of it and froze it and shipped it across the country. They put a bunch of lettuce on it and they put a piece of cheese that drapes over the side and they charge you an arm and a leg for it.
Which the lettuce is iceberg lettuce, and technically it doesn't digest in your body.
Yeah. So basically,
So
it's
shit
just
lettuce.
a filler. It's like the fast food version of MSG. Nothing's more pissing, though, especially if you're trying something for the first time.
You know what burgers I don't like? Freddy's.
Disagree.
I don't like Freddy's. I don't like their fries, and I don't like their hamburgers. Their custard is way good.
Their custard is way good.
Way good.
Way good custard.
Nah, their cheeseburgers suck. It looks like thin paper. What am I going to do with that? What? What you looking all crazy for? Did I miss something?
No, the computer's freaking out. I think it's largely in part because the cat's down here.
Oh.
Get out.
Well, here. You keep talking. I'll take care of her.
If we're glitching, I think the cat hit the power cord, so it'll come back in a moment. Yep, I got the blue swirl of death going on. That's great. And we're back. The cat likes to party and hit the power cord, so we lost connection for a minute. And that's okay. She likes to party. Nonetheless, the live version, you might be getting some skipping. YouTube, you're going to be okay, man. If you're missing this, you can catch back up later. I'm going to get back to a little bit. I'm going to take a break and see if I can't regroup from this here and get things kind of squared away. So bear with us. We're back.
We're back.
We are indeed back for just a minute.
Hey, I have a new job for you.
What's that?
Bands should be able to rent you as a smoke machine.
Yeah, I'd do it as long as I had a big jug of crooked cookies.
You just lay on the stage and in the corner, and you'd be good.
I would do it gladly.
Sorry, random thought.
Random thoughts from DeeBag.
Deep Thoughts by Jack Handy. Do you remember that on Saturday Night Live?
Yes.
I thought that shit was funny.
Saturday Night Live is still funny.
You know, I'm not a big fan of the new shit, but I like the first cast, and I like the ones in the 90s.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, what?
Well, it appears that AC/DC is winning.
Yeah, it was 50-50 there for a minute.
We got it out there. People are sharing it. People are voting. People are passing it along, man. You guys all do the same. Just, and like I said, if you're going to catch this as a blast cast on YouTube, man, it's okay. You can get involved. You know how you do that, DeeBag? You find us on Facebook, 106.6 The Blast. You like the page. You show us love, man. Drop us a message. Let us know that you listen. Let us know where you're listening from, man. Put it out there. Let everybody know. Let everybody know where you're listening from, man. We want to know. This is a worldwide thing. We want to check it out. We want to know where people are at. You know what I mean?
Well, and interact on the app as well.
Yeah, in the app. You can interact on the app, which is hopefully if you're not listening through TuneIn, InRadio, Amazon, Google Play, Hulu, Roku, and Shih Tzu, and every damn thing else you can listen to the blast on.
Shih Tzu?
Yeah.
You listen to a Shih Tzu radio out of their ass or what?
Yeah. All that damn rock and roll sounds like pooping. Jesus God. So let me take just a minute and talk about something that I've got wind that's coming soon. I don't normally do things that would take away from the blast per se, but there's a new, I don't want to really say podcast because it's going to be more of a vlog. It's going to be a YouTube thing for a while. If it catches on there, then it'll go to a podcast through iTunes and all that stuff. But I've been in contact with the people that are organizing this thing, and it's going to be a really good deal. Basically, this new thing that's coming, it's called, it's going to be titled Truth Serum. And what it is it's going to be, I don't want to say motivational because I don't think that's quite the right term for it. It's not a motivational per se deal. What it is it's going to be an avenue for people, anybody out there that's struggling with life issues. Just listen to Truth Serum. Listen to it. Truly hear the message that it's saying. Because what it's going to do is it's going to break down life issues that all of us face on a day-to-day basis is interactive. And as of right now, and I need to put it out there, as of right now, you can email Truth Serum at Truth Serum, and that's with a Y, SYRUM, 247 at gmail.com. Drop them an email. Let them know. You can be completely anonymous. Let them know what kind of issues are you facing on a day-to-day basis. Give them something to talk about, because what they're going to do is they're going to break down life in a way that will offer a different look on things that people face. And even if you're not facing the issues that they're talking about on that particular episode, I promise you, you're still going to learn something. You're going to learn something through all of this that's gonna open your eyes to another way to look at things. Sometimes getting through issues is just simply as easy as looking at things through a different light, even if it's for a split second. And I really believe in what Truth Serum is going to do. I think that I can get behind it. I think what it's going to do is it's going to provide a two-party outlook on life, both from the male and the female standpoint. And I think it's going to make for great conversation. I've been told that it's born out of recovery from addiction, and life experiences that have led to that, and things that have been learned along the way, and the wisdom there. However, it's not going to be tied to any recovery sect. It's more of a life outlook, life coaching. I don't even want to say that, because I don't want to put it out there for them like it's going to be a deal where you're going to listen, it's going to solve all your problems. That's not what it is. Basically, what it is it's going to be a vlog that you can listen to, and it's going to, like I said, it's going to break down important life issues that a lot of people dance around. It's going to break it down, through fact and truth and faith and all kinds of other things. And it's directed to offer. This is what I've got. It's going to offer a new way to look at real life issues. It's a no holds barred thing. They are going to speak the truth. Not opinions, but truth. They're going to offer solutions to open up your barn doors, basically. I think it's going to be a great thing. I want everybody to pay attention to it. It's coming soon. Truth Serum. It'll be out there. And we're going to advertise for it on the station. Because I believe that anybody that can listen to something to get an edge up is going to be a lot better. When you find yourself driving down the highway, give it a listen. When you're by yourself, give it a listen. When you're working out, give it a listen. Get something to think about, something to look at. And realize that all of the people around you, everybody's going through something. You don't know what the next person is going through. But if Truth Serum can catch on and the entire world can buy into this thing, it's going to be an outlet for people to gain strength, knowledge, and hope through real life experiences from everybody. It's going to be a community driven thing. And the people that are doing it are very knowledgeable and very capable of spreading the positive. So that being said, that's what it's about.
I'm excited.
More details on that later.
I know.
But I promise you, the people that are putting this on, you guys are going to really relate to, and find that you're going to really like what they have to say. I'm confident in that. I'm confident in their ability to reach people and to talk to people and to help people. So that being said, like I said, man, Truth Serum, check it out, man. The Battle of the Bands is going on. Everything's out there happening. It's all good. Happy birthday to little Will, man, today, 12 years old, man. If you're listening and you got us on Facebook, man, drop him a line, man. We put it out there today. Drop him a line. Tell him happy birthday, man. Thanks for what he does. Shamrock Show will be coming up. He's going to fire that back up at the end of May, last Saturday of May. So he'll be rocking and rolling on that again. He's actually preparing for it as we speak. Even on his birthday, he's working. So, like father, like son. He's chip off the old block.
That's awesome.
He's super excited about the Dropkick Murphy show. So that's just parenting done right.
When is that?
June 7th.
Is that here?
Kansas City.
Kansas City?
Yeah.
So you guys are going?
Well, yeah, we're going to just do a tour that weekend. We're going to go to Kansas City. We're going to do that. And then
Drop
we're going to
down.
double back to Neosho, Missouri, where he gets to see his dad hit the big stage. And it'll be a lot of fun.
He's
so,
going with?
Yeah.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh, that's badass.
So, it'll be cool. I'm going to try to get him to go up there with me and,
Cool.
and, just see it, man.
That'll be awesome.
It would be really cool to walk out there with him. To put my feet on the big stage for the first time in a long time, with Little Will beside me. It would be super, super, super cool.
Have you ever been to a show with your son?
Yeah.
What'd you guys go see?
We went and seen Hell Yeah and Avenged Sevenfold.
Awesome. I took my son to Iron Maiden for his 10th birthday.
Yeah, that was cool. I think Little Will was like 4 when we went and seen that show.
Oh, my God. My son, his eyes just... first Megadeth came out, and that I've seen Megadeth 7 times, and that was the one show that sucked. They were on stage for 35 minutes.
Yeah.
And he sat there with his hands over his ears the whole time. But then when Iron Maiden came out, it was just like,
because it's a whole different production.
He was just in awe. And I will never forget that because we made a weekend out of it. And it was just me and him. And we had a great time.
Yeah. And now look at him. He's a drummer. He's all into music.
He
and
loves
it's cool
Iron
shit.
Maiden. Loves Iron Maiden. So that's a parenting done right moment for me.
He's a metalhead.
Yeah, well, he's a everything head. He's
a metalhead. And
he dabbles in the country, and I don't.
Well, I mean, I'm a DJ, so I do too, but it doesn't mean that I don't go to metal.
He
Nothing beats a Pantera record.
He's more metalhead than any of my kids. Let's just say that.
Nothing beats a Pantera record ever.
Agreed. I have Pantera on vinyl, so hell yeah.
In the meantime, man, check out Platinum PDR, the newest sponsor, man. 316-217-3088, man. If you're getting damaged by the storms, the wind, the hail, man, give them a call. Proactive instead of reactive. They will work with your insurance company. They'll save you a butt ton of money and actually, in some instances, be able to put some money back in your pocket.
That's cool.
So it's worth it to call them if you get into any kind of a storm damage deal on your vehicle. Good guys, man. They'll really take care of you. Revolution Auto Sales, man. Goddamn, big thanks to them, man.
Yes.
None of this is possible without them. Distant Lands Copy keeping us fueled, and actually, responsible for the new Keurig that'll be in the morgue as of Thursday.
Yay!
So thanks to them for that, man. Stepping up and helping us out, keeping us fueled up, man. Ready to rock and roll. Be sure to check out Revolution Radio with Jay and Cody tomorrow, 5 to 7 p.m. Thursday night, we'll be back with the shit show. We call it the Metal Meltdown around here for PC, but it's the shit show. It's we go back and we celebrate the 80s and 90s. We make it happen, man. The breaks are really good. The banter that goes on a Thursday night is something to catch. If you're catching it on YouTube, man, you're listening to this, check out the Meltdown Blastcast. They're funny. There's a lot of little clips of DeeBag and I out there that just funny, just funny shit. Check out Revolution Radio is also on there, man. All of the things that we do live go on there. The biggest one that we're pushing the most is the pub show on Sundays. Great shit, man. It's a true hang show, man. Check it out. It's great roundtable discussion. It's funny. It'll get you involved, right? It'll make you want to be like, email us and be like, screw you dumb bastards. It's cool stuff. Imagine a bunch of guys sitting around a table, eating chicken wings and talking shit. That's what the pub is. Table 69 is always rocking.
I need a Sunday free so I can come.
Yeah, you're welcome anytime. It's a great deal, and it's a lot of fun. So we're pushing all that. So 6 days a week, man. We got something going on. Friday night we got the doubleheader. Now I am going to tell you this, and I'm going to put it out there. I'm currently looking for a co-host for Friday night. I just got to do it. So I'm going to really, until I can revamp the show, I'm going to take a break from the assault for a couple weeks. I have to revamp it. We're going to come back out, and it's going to be a thrash metal. Mm-hmm. And that's going to be that. We're going to throw some victory stuff in there just because we do, and we will. but it's going to be thrash metal. And I'm going to limit that to that show because everything else that we find that we're playing, you can hear in regular rotation. So we want to really segregate that show into something special for everybody.
Yes.
And we think that going back to thrash metal is going to be the way to go. So the Assault's it's under construction. I will take a break from it for a couple weeks. I am looking for a co-host. If you're out there and you're listening and you want to be on the radio, and you want to commit, and you want to be here every Friday and you want to do it. You don't have to physically be here. We can patch you in. You can call. I don't give a shit. I just need somebody to do the damn show with me. So that being said, if you're interested in that, man, get at us on Facebook. Send me a message. We'll contact you and we'll talk about the details. So, we've had a couple people bite on it. We're going to talk to them, but it is what it is. It's out there. So until we find somebody permanent, we're looking. Also, as the station grows, we got to start delegating some things, and we're looking for somebody that can be. I don't want to really say a producer, but more of a producer. We need somebody that wants to intern in radio production, in show production, and help all of us out and make sure that all of our levels are good and all that good stuff, and then convert everything and get it up on YouTube for us and really help us out. It's just it's a lot of work, man, for a couple people to do, and we need help. So anybody out there that's interested in helping us, get at us. You know what I mean? Help us any way you want to. If you want to send us $1, send us $1. If you want to help us produce a show, help us produce a show. You want to co-host a radio show, do so. But it's getting to the point to where, let's face it, I gotta slow down a little bit, and if that means that I gotta step down a night or two, and let someone else sit in my chair and sit with you, sit in my chair, obviously, and someone sit across from you, then so be it. It's just to that point where either I get help or I gotta pull myself from somewhere to I gotta rob from Peter to pay Paul. So, the content's out there. It's good stuff. I'll always be present. I'll always be around, and I'm not going nowhere. So, let's get it together and make it happen, folks. That's all. I mean, it's a call to action. I need help out there, man. Who's with me? Who wants to help out the blast? Let us know, because we need it. And that's that. I'm sure Jay and Cody would appreciate a producer. Because what they do, they almost need a producer. But I'm experienced enough to where I can kind of run it, and make it happen. But the kind of show that they format, they almost need a producer to pull it off to the level that they want to. So I really want to put it out there on our shows, and I want to help them get to where they want to be, because they do a lot and contribute a lot to the station and to the YouTube channel, and they give you guys great content every week, 3 days a week, man. So let's do what we can to support them. Until then, man, everybody, good night, man. Little Will, happy birthday, son. I love you.
Happy birthday, little Will.
Good night, bitches.
Good night.